Hello and welcome back to the She Gallery Show. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for being with us, Diana and Caitlin and Jacob. You are watching us live on CAN TV, and today we have a very special segment. We have today with us one of our artist members, Diana Mendez, and two of her children. So we are going to get started by sharing our website here. Please remember that you can visit us on our website at sharinghis.energygallery.net. And here you can get to know our members. Here we have Che Cardona, myself, my brother Nick, who does our technical engineering, Gabriel Galvan, who you had a chance to meet last week, Gabe, who you've met previous seasons, and here we have Diana Mendez, who has her master's degree in psychology and postmaster's degree from DU and various other certifications and professional endorsements. Please remember that you can visit our website and get to know all of our members, including Diana Mendez. So we are going to get started. I had the pleasure of meeting Diana Mendez through Mujeres Latinas en Acción, which is a nonprofit organization here based out of Pilsen, where I was certified as a sexual assault, where I am certified as a sexual assault medical advocate, as was Diana Mendez. And I had the pleasure of working with Mujeres Latinas en Acción. She Gallery had a sexual assault awareness month event with them, where we brought together different poets and people from all over the world to share their story and some art. And through that organization, it was shared to all of the members from Mujeres Latinas en Acción. And Diana reached out and said, I want to help. I love what you're doing. I can be your on-site clinician. So we really thank her, because I got to know how busy Diana Mendez is, how many hats Diana Mendez wears, and still she wanted to donate her time to help the cause. And you are helping a lot of other people, aside from helping us, helping through Mujeres Latinas en Acción. You also helped us during our domestic violence vigil that we hosted in Logan Square, which we will continue to do on an annual basis. And you were very helpful. And at that time you said, I want to continue to work with you. And then I find out that you're a closet artist. And that took you back to your roots of working with your father before life got in the way, and you became this amazing psychologist that's working with underprivileged neighborhoods here in Chicago. You wanted to go back to those roots to help yourself, which was really special to us. So you were able to make art and exhibit with us through She Gallery, and will continue to exhibit with us. And while you are serving other people, we hope that you are also serving yourself.
That's the idea. And I think that's why I wanted to go back to my roots and start creating art again. I love beautiful things. I love color. And aesthetically, like, art just takes me to this place. Like, I feel peace. And doing what I do is very hectic. It's very chaotic in mental health. And when I'm surrounded by beautiful things, artistic things, I just feel like I'm home. I'm home. And that makes a big difference for me. I love it.
That has to be really tough. Now, we are talking about neighborhoods such as Gage Park, West Lawn, Inglewood, some of these neighborhoods that we hear about shootings and killings all over the news. Can you talk to us a little bit first about your inspiration, what led you to become a psychologist, this very difficult career as a mother of, raising all of your children,
Absolutely.
Putting yourself through school, and then why this profession?
Well, it's very ironic. I feel like all my life I've been kind of in a position of being somebody's therapist. I grew up in a home where DV was present.
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence was present, and that is what led me to take a specialty in domestic violence, which led me to work with Mujeres Latinas en Acción and to continue my education. When I started my education, I thought, all I need is an associate's degree. I got an associate's. I met somebody else. They said, Diana, get your bachelor's. I met somebody else. They said, Diana, get your master's. And this is how it happened for me. Like, this is how it happened. And I never expect to be where I am. Thank God I am where I am. I feel very blessed to help the people that I help, especially the children. Mostly I work with children ages 4 to 18 through S.H.E McKinley, which is a big non-for-profit on the South Side. And they do fabulous work. And I'm blessed to be with them and do what I do. And I remember I took my first call, because you're an advocate too, medical sexual assault advocate, just like me. And I remember I took a call, and I was on second. Being on second, they called me like 3 a.m. They said, Diana, we need you. You're on second. I said, who's on first? Anna's on first. I said, but Anna's on first. I'm on second. Who's on third? They said, this isn't baseball. Get to the hospital, girl. And that was my first call. Yeah. And I remember I'm driving. I'm like, I got to wear a hat. I got to be incognito. That was so funny. But that was, I feel like everything just kind of has been happening in my life like that. It just rolls. It just comes. And I flourish. I make the best out of it. I mean, I met you. I just meet great people.
You're so
and I'm
grateful.
so blessed. And that's how it happened. That's how I'm here.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you
You're
so much for
welcome.
being with us and for staying with us and for continuing to grow with us. And we had a great opportunity. What we do, part of being a She Gallery art member, is that we have these monthly art critiques where we get together and we show each other's work, and we have these critiques. And during one of the meetings we said, let's show something that we're not comfortable with. And as many of you know, that we always have graffiti grassroots in the forefront of a lot of our exhibitions. That's what actually started with Paveway, and then many of our artists, Trickster, who led the Graffiti Evolution last season, who we just went to go support his art exhibition as
Yes.
well. So Diana was very inspired by that, and she's like, guys, I want to learn how to do graffiti. So she did. She was very inspired by that. What we did for that last meeting, my screen go, was we decided to get together with or to share or to create collaborations within our work. So we did that during the last 2 meetings ago. We said we're gonna show our work, and you said I'm gonna collaborate with Nick, and this here was our collaboration. So here it's kind of hard to see, but there you go. This is our El Valor, actually, where we had our last meeting. Oh, sorry, I don't know what I did there. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so El Valor, that's the mural that we were working on, and it is now completed, so that's great if you're around the Pilsen neighborhood. That's where that's at. And then here we have Diana. We're working with the 3-piece series that she collaborated with Nick. And you want to talk to us about that experience and those pieces?
Well, those pieces, they're out of my ordinary, because I typically work with black and white. And all of a sudden I said, I have to do some color in my life. I love color, so why can't I try it? And this is where this inspiration came from. And also I love stained glass, and I wanted it to look wet, which is why I wanted to collaborate with Nick, because he's so ahead of me as an artist, and I thought he could definitely put in here and help me to get to probably what I want. And he decided to help me, and it's been great. But if you look at the pieces, you'll see there is one boat. It's alone, and like each of these 3 series, there's a boat, and it's just like alone. And I felt like in the work that I do, sometimes we feel alone, but you see everything. It has movement. It's consistent. You move ahead, and that's one of the things that I loved about these 3 pieces. And I'll say that I don't really make a lot of art, so these are actually going to be up for sale at one point. So if anybody is interested, please contact us at some point, because I don't get to create a lot. And this is like, it's not the best of the best, but it is definitely moving to where we hope it will be, which is to some really great stuff, really great art in the future.
Thank you so much, Diana. And again, many of you are not familiar with her older work. It's a lot of charcoal, and this is very colorful. And you could really see the graffiti inspiration there, and it was great to be able to see you work together. And Caitlin, you are 10 years old,
Yes.
right? And you have Diana, this amazing mother here. And you have been inspired also to make art, to create art, and you also play an instrument.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to us about what it's like or how you feel about having your mom, knowing that she does all of these things, that she's working with all of these different people, that she's always constantly busy? Like, does that inspire you, or how has that affected you? Your mom's line of work and the art and the music, how does that play hand in hand?
Well, it inspires me to keep on going, to make her happier, and seeing her work makes me happy because she gets inspirations from other people, and she comes down and gives me inspirations. And then since I got an inspiration from her, my art teacher put me in art downtown.
Ooh, so you got to exhibit? You want to talk to us a little bit about your experience with Gallery 72?
Yes, well, the experience of that, the first time we went, it was downtown. There was a lot of traffic.
That's Chicago.
But you have a piece hanging there,
Yes.
which is the point. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, when we went there, we didn't see it because the lady was rude.
So what's the title
How
of
did
it?
you feel about having work up in downtown Chicago?
I felt proud of myself.
You want to continue to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What was the title of it?
A timeline. I think it was.
Okay. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about the instrument that you play? You play the baritone.
I play the baritone.
The baritone. And how long have you been playing, and what are some of the challenges that you face with playing this instrument?
Well, I play the baritone, and it's really big. It's the smallest size of a tuba. So the challenges that I go through are I'm being a small girl, and having a big instrument. It's hard to go around with it, putting it in the car, but since I do have a brother, he does most of the work for me.
Thank God for brothers who help. That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing those experiences, and we hope that you continue to play these instruments. And here we're gonna show you a clip here from the meeting that we had, where we
Aiden.
were able to have Aiden and Caitlin join us for one of our critiques. Here you can see Gabriel, who you met last week, talking about one of the pieces that I had the chance to collaborate with him on.
You know what I mean? It's got a nice outline, and then the other thing is everything is kind of like jagged lines.
I couldn't afford to go to school, or
Those are the guacamole that he made. Here we have some of our guests, and here we see Caitlin, Aiden, and little Max.
look at it 100
We're just
times.
gonna let this roll again so that I can pause at this piece. During this critique, we said we're gonna allow children to come because children can be extremely honest. So children are extremely honest, and we just love having children around, and we love inspiring and spending time with our kids. I think it's really important not to separate adults and children, because children do everything that adults do. We live in this world of monkey see, monkey do, and that's how we learn. And that's why it's so important to inspire other people with these great gifts, such as art making or music, healthy ways of living. So here during this critique, we invited the children to also bring art pieces. So you saw Caitlin had her piece. And now here we pause at Aiden's piece. And this is Jacob Aiden Cornejo, also son of Diana Mendez, who also makes art, makes music, and he plays the flute. Here we have an amazing drawing of Tupac. Now, Jacob Aiden Cornejo is 12 years old. And I remember growing up with Tupac, and I was really curious. I said, Jacob, how did you learn about Tupac? Hi, Jacob.
Hi. Basically, movies, friends with the music. they brought me into the music, learned more about him, got introduced to new artists by him, and yeah.
That's really cool. Now, one thing that stood out to me about the first time that I got the chance to ask Jacob, I said, how did you learn about Tupac? And he said, I don't remember. It wasn't really clear. And then little Caitlin says, I remember. You watched that movie with your friends. She knew exactly when, which friends, and that's what happens when you're in a household. That child is paying attention to what the older brother and older sister are doing. And those children are paying attention to what mama and daddy are doing. And that's why it's such a beautiful thing that you have such an amazing mother who does all of this great stuff, who's such a great inspiration and is really, really there for her children, has made this great, great impacts by allowing you guys to follow your dreams, to fulfill them, and to enjoy these hobbies that are probably very difficult to keep up with, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk to us a little bit more about your art making, your flute playing, and what has inspired you?
Well, with the music, back in 2015, I believe, there was this kid at church when I was in the choir. He played, and it's basically that's where it started. And there was a band in my school. I joined and picked the flute, and since then I've been playing, and still am today.
Beautiful. Why the flute?
The sound. It's carryable, so you can fit it straight in the backpack.
Is that something that you want to continue playing? Do you see yourself evolving into other instruments?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Like what other instruments are eye candy to you at this point?
I would like to play piano.
The piano. Have you messed with the piano at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
What's the difference between playing a flute and a piano?
more keys.
The keys have the piano has more keys, so is that more challenging to you?
Way more challenging.
Way more challenging. All right, so we look forward to hearing you play some piano. We also look forward to hearing you play some flute later on with us during this segment. Now, why don't you talk to us a little bit more about your art making process, or being in school, or being 12 years old, growing up here in Chicago? What challenges you might encounter if you're in a public school?
There's not many activities for CPS since there's not like a budget, but not all of them get accepted. And our school used to have pretty low on sports, and now we have sports. I've joined some of them, and band is just mainly my hobby.
Mm-hmm. So band is part of your school? Your school
Yeah.
offers band? Okay. How long have you been playing now since you were?
Like 3 years.
You've been playing 3 years now? And what are some of the challenges that you've encountered with your instrument playing, and what has helped you overcome them?
One of the challenges is having a schedule where you could practice more, and being more focused and engaged in your instrument and playing it.
So now there's two components to this playing of this instrument. You're playing an instrument, and then you're also reading music notes.
Yes.
You want to talk to us a little bit about that and the difference?
Music notes, there's a lot of rhythms. The notes are like the alphabet, so you need to learn them in the staff. So it goes from A to
Can you put
G.
these here?
Yeah.
We're going to show you a little bit more about what he's talking about. You want to talk to us a little bit about what these mean? Like, what do these mean?
Sharps, flats, naturals. Right here, that little, it looks like a number or hashtag. It's a sharp, and the B is more a flat, a tempo. There's just Italian, German, and French, I believe.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
What's
And
coda?
coda is just the fireworks of music.
For those of you who don't read music notes, like myself, that was like a completely different language, and it is.
It is.
Music is its own language, and it is so beautiful that you can read notes because you know a completely different language that only musicians know. That's like magic.
Yep.
And then you translate this into sound, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself writing your own music?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes.
We really look forward to that. And here you had a chance, you audience had a chance to listen. There we had him play for 2 seconds, and that was it. But today you have the chance to listen to him play a piece. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about the piece that you will play for us?
This piece is just an easy exercise from Ernesto Color. I was introduced to it by my lesson teacher, and yeah,
Who?
Miss Jaylene Huang,
And what school do you go to for music?
Merit School of Music.
The prestigious Merit School of Music.
That is beautiful. Thank God for the arts and for a mother that continues to push her children to follow these dreams, even though, as he mentioned, the CPS sometimes doesn't have funding for what children need, art and music. Take it away, Jacob.
It's really funny when they play. I always do something. I'm moving my hands. I do that. My mom, stop! You don't play an instrument. I said, but I feel like I do. I feel like I've got to move. And they're like, Mom, stop it. Just stop. But
That is following that beat.
I love it. Like it makes you feel alive.
It is. I was about to
love
say
it.
it makes
Yes.
you feel alive.
Yes, it does. I love it. Thank you
Thank you so much for that.
doing that.
Like seriously, Diana, watching your children grow into these artists and these musicians while you're juggling all of this, how does that make you feel?
I feel very proud of my kids and very fortunate to be their mom. I always say that the health of my kids is my true wealth. Everything else is just a bonus. The education, whatever else can come, the vacation, everything else is a bonus. Seeing them progress and do things in life that they want to do makes me feel good because I didn't get all these opportunities, but I try to give them to them. And they get to do it, and it makes me happy.
That is awesome. Before we go, here we go. We only have about 1 minute left. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about the challenges that you've encountered in working with these neighborhoods and what advice you can give to those families that are growing up in these neighborhoods and going through this violence?
I would say that in the neighborhoods that I work mostly in, we need more help for our children in mental health. And a lot of families, we come from traditional backgrounds where families feel like, we don't need mental health. You're gonna get over it.
Yeah.
That kind of an
Mentality.
attitude. But the truth is that
That happened 10 years ago. Get over it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Get
no,
over it.
that
Get over
trauma
it.
stays.
But trauma stays. It lives. People go through their own grieving processes, and if somebody needs help, if your child comes to you or they're acting out and they need help, please get them help.
Thank you so much, Diana. And I just want to give you this. This is a gift to
Oh
you
my God.
for everything that you do. This is a painting that I
No.
did for SOS. That's one of the shows that we
Oh.
participated in. And I just want to show you that this is an angel
God, no.
with a dove, which represents hope, which is everything that you do. And I thank you so
my
much for all
gosh.
that you do.
Thank
God bless you.
you so much.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much.